YouTube? Above Average Cody here, coming at you with some more Viewer VOD Review, the series where we review some viewer gameplay and give them tips on how they can improve. Today we have some Ranked Slayer on Aquarius from Terminal Ascension. He's currently a Gold 6 player. Highest is Plat 2, and we're going to see how we can help him. He thinks that his greatest issue is what fights he chooses in his gameplay. First things first, guys, I will say he's watching this in theater and he turns the HUD off, so we will not have a reticle, we will not have any guns or anything like that. For future reference, if you guys submit VOD, just try to make it so you have the reticle and stuff on at least. I do appreciate the title. Please review Above Average Cody with a nice little smiley face there. Thank you for that. And I also love his name in Discord. I have to say it. His name in Discord is Potato with a bunch of O's in all caps. Whenever I see it, it kind of makes me smile. So here we go. Right off the spawn, he's flying out into util. Again, this is Slayer, not CTF. Always have to tell myself that when I'm jumping into a game of Aquarius. And I believe he is keyboard and mouse. A little indecisive, backing out while his teammate runs out. Flying out with the commando. Shots a little crazy here. Help your teammates pick up some of the kills. And you guys actually end up winning most of the trades, it looks like, or maybe you guys break even. So just from this initial gunfight, I will say, right off the rip here, coming in hot with the commando, it looks like you're maybe using it to crutch a little bit because the bandit here would have been fantastic, and you are literally just full firing the commando. When you use the commando, tap firing it can make it a little more accurate, or shoot it in like short bursts. But the only other thing I really want to talk about here in just this gunfight, just getting a feel for how you kind of like take combat, is you jump a lot. As you can see, you're doing no strafing, no actual moving. You are just straight up jumping around. You do not, you want to jump as little as possible. If you're one shot and maybe you need to like throw a Hail Mary pass, final bullet, then you'll take the jump to try to get out of the way, but you really don't want to jump. So in terms of just basic combat, your keyboard and mouse, I've seen a lot of KBM players saying they are thriving with the Bandit. Make sure you're cracked with that thing, be confident with it, and just try to strafe and play your cover. You're not only jumping, you're also going out into the open. A perfect gunfight always has boots on the ground, reticle up, cover, or some form of escape if you are having trouble in that gunfight. Here, you kind of just jump right out in the open. You can definitely hold that angle card too. You know, right after you get this kill, back up to this pillar right here and hold this angle so that you have some form of cover you can strafe back and forth in. You keep your feet on the ground, keep that reticle up. I promise you, in this lobby, man, you are going to absolutely destroy this kid, or you're at least going to throw him for a loop here. But see, just jumping way too much, and it makes you a very easy target and a very easy kill here. So now let's see what you do off spawn. So I always encourage you guys, I preach this to platinum players, if you can lure it in gold, I promise you will just do that much better in these lobbies. Look for your teammates right off spawn. You need to look for your teammates and figure out what is going on the map. So you spawn up, you see some teammates there, and you instantly just look away and start sprinting. You're running car 3 here. Don't hate this yet. You're kind of just looking around for enemies here. Still looking around. Okay, so from what I see here, you're very much playing this the way I would play Call of Duty. Call of Duty being a Twitch shooter, a lot of people just playing casual like Team Deathmatch. They very much just fly around and they go until they find an enemy. Halo is very much a game of chess. You have to move methodically such that your team is moving towards a common goal. Right now, you're kind of just disregarding your teammates. You don't even, you aren't really thinking about what's going on around the map, and you're kind of just running around until you see an enemy, which, frankly, in these lobbies, that's probably what your teammates are doing too, but the sooner you can kind of think and do this in a methodical way, the sooner you are going to improve your gameplay vastly on this game. So maybe right here, instead of just walking out until you find somebody, how you're kind of like checking down car 2, you know, you're walking here, you're going into util. Instead of doing all this and checking all these areas, just hold car 3 because you're in an area that has vision over car 2, yellow court, blue court, and top mid. That is probably about 60% of the map there. So instead of running away from your spawn and your current teammates to kind of find these enemies, just hold this area. You can even see you're checking these angles. You can check this angle right here and then turn back and check yellow or even check car 2 again, because again, you can see down here, this enemy's actually running towards car 2, so you're almost like out-rotating him. If you would have held car 3 right back here, if you would have held car 3 where you are now, you could have looked down, see this guy run out, and even if you're losing this gunfight, your teammates are hopefully back in util or down like yellow court area, and they can come and collapse on that damage if they hear you shooting your gun. That's just one very like different way you could have played this very basic situation. I'm just trying to get you thinking a little bit differently. And you actually did have one running down here bottom mid. So the perfect situation is you turn car 3, shoot car 2, teammate hears it, turns to come help you. Now you're in a 2v1, team shooting. Perfect halo. That's what we like to see. But again, right now you're kind of moving around, just kind of looking. You're going until you see an enemy. I like that when you don't see an enemy, you change your angle, because a lot of people, including me, have gotten caught in these like hiccups where we'll just stand there and just stare at an angle for way too long until something happens. So I do like that you're, like, you don't see anything, you're snapping, you're moving to the next area. I do like that. I definitely like seeing that. You also choose your targets which to shoot. You knew not to just blast across the map. You actually catch this guy. You're sneaking up behind him. I'm guessing a backsmack's inbound. Correct, I like it. And yes, you see the next enemy. The only thing with this is, again, you want to think about your teammates. I see you're kind of just beelining and just running and running and running. At some point, you want to be patient and you want to play around your teammates. As you start to climb, running around the map solo, all that's going to lead to is stat lines that are like 5 and 20, 6 and 21, 3 and 15 in a Slayer game. Like, it's going to lead to a lot of deaths, not because you can't handle your 1v1s. I'm sure you can handle your 1v1s. Your gunplays look pretty solid so far, but the biggest thing is you don't want to be caught out solo against 2 players, 3 players, or even the entire team, because if you keep rotating around the map, you're going to run into their spawn pretty quickly here. All right, so quick little gunfight on this fella. Unfortunate melee. I could tell already, like, and I see this a lot in the VODs you guys send me, you're definitely, I think, better gun skill-wise than most of the kids in these lobbies. But again, don't be afraid to shoot that gun. Like, it's almost like you're hesitant to shoot your gun. And see what I mean by the jumping? He's just jumping nonstop, and all you had to do was find your reticle, line it up, and just pop him with the final shot. Like that, this just shows how disadvantageous jumping in a gunfight can be here. But again, shoot your gun. Right when you get this melee, turn and shoot. You don't have to do the grenades. You don't have to go for the melee. Just don't be afraid to shoot your gun. Make sure you're comfortable with your sensitivity and confident with that bandit. And see, you get that kill. I have not seen any teammates in a while, actually. You're kind of running, you're looking, you grabbed your commando. So something I want to say too is keep your reticle up. You want your centering, your center reticle always placed where you think there's going to be an enemy. So like right here, you want your reticle up here. An enemy's not going to appear out of thin air right here. You want it up. You want to keep your reticle up. When you turn this corner, you want it up. You want it at chest level. There could be an enemy here. There could be an enemy here. And it's most notable here. You're looking at the floor when you slide. I used to do that too. I don't know why that's a bad habit that I formed. I was able to break it. Just always keep your reticle up. You do not have to look down to slide or anything. You catch somebody. Oh, he's one shot. He's just sitting here. I'm fine with that. Keeping the commando out. All right, there's teammates. I almost thought this was a match of free-for-all. You definitely want to be where your teammates are, or at least have them in your vision. That's the only way you're going to be able to help them. Nice little melee cleanup there. Jumping right up car 3, coming back to help. I like this. Good damage with the commando. In a situation like that, I'm fine with using the commando, but I promise you, right now, the commando's just a little bit too weak against the bandit. It really is. So I would definitely work it with your bandit a little bit better. Try to get more confident with it. Get some more aim practice in. Good job holding your shots there. I very much like that you didn't shoot that guy right away. I'm very, I try to be more careful with that, but I'm pretty bad at withholding shots sometimes. Maybe a bit of hitting the wrong keys there. Good melee. Did you get the second melee there? I think you did. That's interesting. But yeah, try not to play for melees too much. Don't be afraid to shoot your gun for sure. Here we go. Some nice bandit. There you go. That's exactly what I like to see. It looks like you were lagging a little bit there, but fantastic. That's exactly what you need to do with the bandit. Reticle up. Pop him a couple times. Get that melee in, and then perfect headshot because you kept your reticle up. Always keep the reticle up. Be ready to fire that weapon and feel confident with it. Some more good bandit shots there. I'm surprised you didn't get that kill. You need to be more confident with that gun. I promise you. Your gun skill, it looks much better than the kids in your lobbies currently. So just try to be more confident with it. Again, keep that reticle up, and the gunfights are going to come a lot easier. So I like this. You have a teammate up here, P2. You're moving towards him. You see him shooting. You fly out to try to help. He actually already killed him. And you're back towards him. See, this is what I want to see more of. I want to see teammates in your line of view and you kind of like moving towards them. Because right here, he probably dies to that guy or perhaps somebody else if you don't get that kill. So you helped him big time. The only thing I don't like to see is that he's running away from you. This is definitely something you see in gold lobbies a lot. So you want to be leagues above your fellow gold lobby mates or even early platinum. Play around your teammates. Look for your teammates. Play around them. Do whatever you have to do. And just do your best to shoot the same target. The more you guys shoot the same target, you guys are going to absolutely eat in these lobbies. Because just everybody wants to just run off solo. Everybody wants to take every single gunfight that comes across them. And frankly, like I said, they just want to walk around and just go till they find enemies. Which really, that's not always the play. Sometimes the enemies have to come to you. It's very much finding your pacing, but that's something you learn as you go to the higher lobbies. Right here, I like to hold car 3. Okay, that was interesting that he pushed you. Fantastic job. Again, keeping your reticle up. You have to keep that reticle up, and you have to be ready to shoot just like that. Reticle up, bang, right there. If you would have kept looking at the floor, it would take you maybe a couple more bullets to get that. Kind of just holding the area with your teammate. I think we were waiting for them to push in, maybe. Which I get the feeling they're not very aggressive here. And so you kind of just ran away from your teammate there. You went to get your commando. And you are running just right towards where the enemies are probably going to be. You end up running into one with a needler. Good job getting that kill. And then you just keep running, man. Like I said, you don't want to out-loot because you're just going to end up in the enemy spawn every time. You see 2 up top. Good job backing out. See, right here, if I see all these enemies, my thought is either get behind them or find my team. But regardless, finding my team's kind of like in my head because I want to try to shoot the same target. Not bad shots with that commando. Just, again, try to maybe tap fire it a little bit or try to slow it down. Just don't go full auto because it can make it very inaccurate. Unfortunate death there. Again, no teammates really in the area. Spawning up near teammates, though. And again, you don't always have to be like, go, 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 go. You're moving very fast, very fast, very fast. You can stop, kind of like play it out. I always think back to Ryan Noob's Behind the Curls videos. He would always say, my team's not in position. I don't have to do anything here, or I don't have to die here, or all I have to do is live up here. There are many, many moments in every single game you play where you can kind of just hang out and just let things develop. You don't always have to be W key, full sprint, going, pushing the pace. Sure, there's times to do that, and I struggle with this in even my own gameplay. You need to know when to hit the gas and when to hit the brakes. And right now, you're all gas. And see, you're very much just like looking for enemies. And the only problem with that is it makes your gameplay very reactive. You want to be in the driver's seat and you want to be controlling what is going on. If you're just running around the map, you're throwing spawns off, you're getting caught off guard, and more importantly, you're leaving teammates behind potentially to be in a 1v2 or even, frankly, a 3v4. If all 4 of the enemy team pushes them and you're kind of away from them, you kind of can't help. And more importantly, you can get caught out dying solo just like this. And this was an unfortunate move off spawn. But this is a prime example of why you need to look for your teammates. And I'm kind of struggling to see with all the colors and things like that because it's just kind of choppy quality. But right here, you need to see that situation before you get caught out into it. Because how you just move here, you can see them. And then you kept moving forward. You're already sprinting. You're already sliding. And now it's too late to go back. And they're just going to all shoot you. And you can see how quick team shots can absolutely destroy you. So that's why you definitely want to look for teammates off spawn here. So you actually have a teammate right next to you. Good job shooting with the Bandit. That dude backed up in a straight line. Easy kill here. And see, I just want to point out, you're not sprinting. You're not getting the kill and running to the next point. You're playing very slow. And see how this stuff is just opening up for you? Easy kill. You're playing the angle carefully. You know they're looking for you. Catch one in util. I believe there's still one behind you. Great kill with the commando. And there's the one that was behind you. So maybe be a little bit more aware and be a little bit more careful there. Because you did know this fellow was here. Because you can actually see him right here. As you're killing this guy, you're able to see him come up in util right here. He's in your vision. So you have to be like, there's one in util, and you know he's probably going to push you because you were just in a gunfight, and he's actually rotating around you right now, and then you go in util and fight this guy. By no means is this bad on your part. Hopefully in a perfect situation, teammate pushes with you into yellow base. Right here, he's probably going to trade that out. So yeah, this actually turned out pretty good, but see how you didn't just get that kill and just start sprinting and booking it. Like, you can very much get a kill, assess the situation. Okay, I'm going to move here now. Okay, I need to do this now. And you very much have to think about your next move. You can't just always be full speed and just go into the next spot. Right here, looking at the floor to slide again. Again, I used to be guilty of that as well. Going to want to grab this thrust. And see right here, indecisive. You can't be looking around like this. You're out in the open. There's so many places to get shot from out here. If you're going to go out and grab that thrust, you got to grab it, move, get to cover, or at least somewhere relatively safe around your teammates, and then kind of play your next move. So I would say overall, I wouldn't say you're choosing fights at the wrong time. I think you're just trying to take every single fight. Like, you're going out there and you want to play team deathmatch. Well, it is Slayer, so it's kind of like team deathmatch. And you just want to go out and just take every single 1v1 you can. Which, sure, in lobbies, if you get some players that are lower than your skill, it will work, sure. But in terms of longevity, improving your gameplay, and frankly, just winning as a team, with Halo being such a strong team game, you very much want to do the things that I talked about in the video, playing around your teammates, knowing when to push the pace. I do think your gunplay is pretty good for the rank you're at. Maybe a little bit more aim practice with the Bandit will get you more confident with it. But again, running and sprinting around with the commando definitely is not the play in the current landscape. And I like what I'm seeing out of the Bandit shots here. But again, just try to jump a little bit less. So overall, I think I gave you a lot of good tips on your gunplay and how you should be taking gunfights. And also some pretty decent tips on kind of how you should be moving around the map. There's never necessarily a right answer, I guess, in the moment. But there are a lot of wrong answers. I hope that kind of makes sense. But generally, rule of thumb, play around your teammates. If you're not playing with your teammates, try to hold an angle where you are able to help them with gunfights, or put yourself in a position where they're close enough to help you with a gunfight that you're potentially taking. And if you pair that with keeping cover nearby, playing smart, and keeping your reticle up, your gameplay will honestly increase really, really fast. I just need to point this out because this is a pretty good learning experience here. So you're with a teammate, putting in some damage there. You know to back out. That's good. That's great. You sprint right back to the area, I believe, where you just saw them. And you push out into 1, 2, and 3 enemies. You already knew they were there. You just have to remember and think and be aware. And just keep yourself out of situations. Because like I said, there's not necessarily a right answer here. There's a few things you could do. There's not necessarily a right answer, but there are always a lot of wrong answers. And this was definitely one of them. But again, if you try to put together everything that I gave you, all the tips throughout this video, I promise you, you are going to climb right out of gold, and I'm willing to bet you'll get to at least Platinum 4 pretty easily before you have to either A, do another VOD review, or B, get really, really cracked with the Bandit rifle. Again, I feel like Gold and Platinum are the easiest ones to climb out of. I do not mean that in a disrespectful way. I just mean fundamentally, learning how to move around the map and what you should be looking for can help you climb over people that are stuck down here very, very quickly. So altogether, I hope this VOD review helped you out, Terminal Ascension. Hopefully somebody else in the audience here got some help from these tips as well. And I'm just here trying to help you guys hopefully rank up in Halo Infinite. But regardless, subscribe to the channel, guys. Play this game all the time. Stream it 5 days a week. Tons of content. Ton of fun here on the channel as well. So with that sub button, guys, leave a like on the video. Leave a comment. Any other thoughts for Terminal Ascension? As always, be nice. Be nice above average fam. Y'all normally are, but try not to come off too edgy. But outside of that, guys, channel membership, super thanks if you'd like support monetarily. It also helps out a lot as a content creator. Of course, these VOD reviews are free, guys. I do not charge for these. If you're interested, we have a VOD submission tab in the Discord. Just put a video or some gameplay there. Tell me what rank you are and tell me what you think you need to work on. And at some point, hopefully, I'll get it done either on a live stream or in a video like this one. But alrighty, guys. That does it. Hope this one helped you out, Terminal Ascension. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.